Jess, Tony. Hey guys, I'm early. Good thing, as usual, it's 7:07, the heavenly number. um, so I'm gonna get back to. Let me back up first. How are you? I usually put maple syrup in my coffee, and I ran out of maple syrup, and it was black. I don't know. I don't know. Black coffee. It's good coffee. It's organic. It's good. It's not. It's a good brand, but I don't know. Maybe I should get used to drinking black coffee. But it was rough. Forever. I'm gonna do this. Okay. I will get back to that subject of dimensions and uh, the heavenlies. But I wanted to share a few things that came to fruition because of that discussion. Hey, Wendy and Melissa. I really appreciate you guys. I wanted to say that. I really love all of you as friends, and it's awesome that we have each other. YouTube might be sucky a lot of the time, but the people we meet here are not. Okay, so a lot of things came to fruition from that discussion I did yesterday, and then it continued with my quote unquote science lesson, which wasn't really a science lesson. It was a lesson in observation to see if science is correct. That's how I worded it for the children. So I'll tell you a little bit about that, and I'll tell you all of it. I won't tell you a little bit. But I wanted to get back to that discussion about dimensions and the heavenlies. My friend is sending me videos and getting back to me about what he thinks about the dimensions, although I said he is of the persuasion that our realm is a different, is the how do I, you know what I'm saying. He believes the opposite of what we mostly on this chat believe about the realm. So, and that's okay. He told me he's watched all the videos of the alternative views, and that's fine for him. But my views have changed within the last even year about the realm too a little bit. So we're all learning. However, he is he does understand, and he's a believer in the Most High, and he knows there's lies. He knows a lot more about a lot of things. But so he's going to get back to me. He's going to get back to me with a video, and I got to look at it this weekend. This weekend, I have a ton of stuff to look at concerning truth. I have definitions to look at. I have Paleo Hebrew to look at. There's another thing I was going to look at too. So let me share with you how I approached my science lesson yesterday. And the children really enjoyed it. And thank you to Wendy. Wendy, I played quite a few of your luminary videos for the children kind of in the background because I wanted them, like I said, the main word I used for them was to teach them observation. And I used Wendy's videos and I put it up on the TV so that they could see these luminaries. And they really enjoyed it. They enjoyed the music, Wendy. One girl I caught was dancing and bebopping. And I shared with them one that you had, the rainbow one, because I had initially showed them something else, which I'll get to in a second. You had a cool rainbow luminary video, a red one, a golden one. So I showed them, and I didn't say, I just said, this is my friend's video on YouTube, and she uses her camera to take these pictures and videos of the stars. That's what I said to them. But they kept saying, because they had in their minds already that stars are, balls of gas, and that the sun is a star. One of my students said, "Oh, did you know the sun is a star?" And I said, "Well, people say that." So they really did enjoy those videos, and that was a big blessing. But every time I put a new one up, they were like, "What is that?" And they were observing the video. They were observing, and I didn't say anything. I didn't want to input any of my thoughts to them. I didn't want to, I wanted them to come to their own conclusions in their own minds. So they kept saying with these luminary videos, "What is that?" And I know they were noticing the shapes, they were noticing the colors. So what I did initially first is hi Parsnip. What I did initially was we went through our crappy science newspaper, and then I had some. Our newspaper tells us a little bit. Really touched on it because it was so. I told them based on the there's this bus. Sorry, there's a bus here. Based on the title, which the title was good. The title said "I Wonder," and I told them to always keep wondering. I said you don't have to. You don't have to stop wondering, and I said you should always ask the why questions, and always wonder. So we went through even the Genesis account, and I basically even just explained to them that there was 6 days of creation, and on the seventh day, Yah rested. We talked about how there was light before there was the sun and the moon, and they didn't even know the creation account. And some of these children are Catholic in faith. A couple of them knew the creation account, but not really well. So we went through the fourth day, obviously, because we were talking about constellations a little bit too. So what I did was I said, let me show you something that looks like a star. And so I had a measuring cup, and I filled it with water, and then I took my flashlight on my phone, and I just I turned the lights off, and then I put the flashlight under the cup, and so it would, obviously reflect onto the ceiling. And lo and behold, what does it look like when you do that? It looks like the stars. We did talk about the waters above and the waters below, and I heard one student, when I read that particular verse, they went, "What?" They went waters above, and I didn't say anything else because I didn't want it to be that kind of discussion. I wanted it to be a wondering discussion, they needed to just wonder what we were talking about. So the whole premise for this, I was saying, was what does God say? And he's always true. And what does science say? And I said, sometimes they say the same things, which is okay, but sometimes they do not. And some of them did understand that already initially, so that was good. So they really enjoyed seeing the light on the ceiling, and I said, do this for yourself too. You could do it at home. I said, I want you to start observing the sky, whenever you can, because you're old enough now to understand things. Hey, Space Mine. And one girl, this is how Yah worked it out too to come to fruition. And in the morning, one girl told me she had gotten a digital camera for Christmas, and I said, you can use that camera and start taking pictures. So Yah had already worked it out and weaved it out throughout the day. And I also talked a little bit about the three heavens. And I was disregarding, I didn't use the word space at all. And I talked about the three heavens, about our part of heaven that we see, and then there's the spiritual realm above that, and then Yah's throne is above that. So then after science class, they have what they call religion. It's supposed to be teaching of the Catholic religion, which it is. It's very boring. It's very dry. The kids don't like it. However, this one was a good one, and I wouldn't promote praying to Michael the Archangel. But Melissa, I thought of you. Remember, we talked about the archangels, and the Catholics have a prayer, and the teacher had brought about this prayer in her lesson yesterday about Michael the Archangel. And it was actually, I liked the prayer in and of itself, that you can pray it to, obviously, the Most High, our Father, directly. But it was praying against those evil entities and the devil. And it said, the prayer basically said, yeah, bring the angels around us to fight our battles in the spiritual realm and rebuke the devil. So, hey, not really here. So it was a really good prayer. I could post a picture of it because I asked the teacher, she said, do you want a copy of this prayer? And I said, yeah, let me have it. So see how it weaved in and out of the day like that when it was supposed to? I just loved that, based on dimensions. And then I was able to tell the children in that prayer, I said, remember we talked about the different parts of heaven, and I said the second heaven is where these battles take place. Because the children know, and we've talked a lot about how the Holy Spirit speaks to us all day, and so they know I'm always watching, and I look for connections, and I want them to look for connections, so they know they know I'm genuine about that. So it was a cool afternoon to see how that was weaved in and out. Yeah, go with the flow for real. That's right. I know it was, Melissa, and I'm gonna go with the flow more. That brings me to another little thing, kind of to end it here. I was last night. Okay, I'm gonna go over some Hebrew again because Wednesday night I had some really awesome insights with Paleo Hebrew, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna try again." But here's the thing: when we try too hard in our own understanding, it doesn't work, right? So that's what happened. I was really tired, and I tried to gain more time to study, and it wasn't working. I was like, I'm forcing this, and then the Spirit said to me, you trust in me, and I don't know about you, but he brings things to me in pieces, and then he puts it all together. So the things that I was looking at the Wednesday night, he had brought the pieces to me in the days prior, and then I was able to put them together more on Wednesday night. And so when I tried last night just to go randomly, it didn't work. So I gave up in a good way, Yeah, Wendy, I agree. And it's awesome because then it's just even more of an enlightenment, and a revelation. So, and it's even more exciting. So yeah, yesterday was a cool afternoon to have that happen. I did get the other job I had interviewed for, so I won't be teaching these children anymore. I'm a little sad about it, but I'm not really sad because I know worked that out too in timing. So, but at least I did want to get to that part with them. And that's all in timing too. He had me there for a season. There's those seasons again. and it was good. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you, and then we will get back to that. Maybe I won't make a morning news about the dimensions, spiritual realms, heavenlies. I'll have to make it a longer video. So once I watch the videos, once I talk to my friend a little more, or, and once I look into it a little bit, so no promises, I'll do it someday. With my new job, I'll be busy in a different way, so I can't give you a timeline on when that's going to be happening, but it'll happen. When Yah says it'll happen, right? Just like all other insights. So it's awesome. And happy Friday. I didn't say that, but that's what I got for today. So look out for those connections and those resonances and those things in the ether and through the spirit that we can sense and understand and come to the truth about and be encouraged and all that jazz. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Blessings.